Huntingburg residents won't notice the change in their utility bills, but there could be adjustments. Bradford Rats highlights Small Business Saturday. And Lieutenant Governor Sue Ellspermann is home for the holiday and joins me on WJTS Inform. These stories, sports, and weather in the 18 WJTS News. Tuesday, the Huntingburg Utility Rate Advisory Board heard proposals to make adjustments to both the city's gas and electric rate tracking costs. The changes are revenue neutral and will not make any difference to utility bills. Huntingburg Mayor Denny Spinner says the city has a base rate for both the city's gas and electric utility that is based on the market cost of those two utilities. Spinner points out that these rates have not been adjusted by the city since 2006. Therefore, the utility board proposed that the tracking element be reduced to what he called a zero factor, while the base rate for both gas and electric more closely reflect current market prices at this time.
For the gas utility, that means the base rate will actually be going down. For the electric utility, that means the base rate will actually be going up. But it is a revenue neutral change. It will make no difference in the revenues that are collected by either utility, and it will make no difference in the utility bill to the customer. So this is just more of a bookkeeping procedure. I think will help people understand their utility bills a little bit better. It's making an adjustment that hasn't been made for about 6 or 7 years now.
A public hearing will be held before the council's next meeting, December 12th. Also at the regular meeting of the Huntingburg City Council, Huntingburg Energy Superintendent John Rudepoler asked the council for permission to investigate possibilities to renovate the city's old gas garage and ambulance bays. Now, after the former St. Joseph's Hospital closed back in 2007, ambulance services for the city and immediate area were housed in the city's former gas garage in order to keep medical services more available for Huntingburg and the surrounding area. Mayor Spinner says that since that time, the city has added a new facility for the water utility, which has left the gas facility empty and has allowed the city to provide a more permanent home to house Huntingburg's and the immediate surrounding areas' ambulance services.
This is a service that we definitely want to keep here. It's a great service to our community. So what we're going to explore is, first of all, the cost of what it would do to renovate this building to meet those needs, but also look into some other options of a new construction or other facilities that might be more suitable.
Spinner says the city has had a long and strong relationship with the local ambulance services provided to the community by Memorial Hospital EMS and intends to continue that partnership by providing a more suitable home for the local ambulance services. The Jasper Board of Public Works approved a plan to repair a collapsed wall at the city mill next to the Patoka River Bridge. The repair to the wall became necessary after the rock began to wash away as a result of rising and falling river waters early last spring. The wall is not necessary for the foundation of the new mill. Nick John of VS Engineering, a firm that specializes in hydrological projects, previously explained to the board that the new mill's foundation is pinned to bedrock with 24-inch pins. He also told the board the collapsed wall was likely never designed to be a freestanding wall, and once the flooring was removed from the structure above, it likely became unstable. Repairs to the damaged section of the mill had been placed on hold while City Visions and Gamble and Associates completed the Jasper Downtown Riverfront Master Plan. John said his office would have to receive permits from the Indiana Department of Natural Resources, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and the Indiana Department of Environmental Management before beginning the work. He would begin the permitting process immediately, and the repair work would be scheduled during the spring or summer of 2014, depending on the water level of the river. The repairs will be paid for with a portion of the Economic Development Income Tax Funds allocated as matching funds for a federal Emergency Management Agency grant to tear down homes in a flood zone on South Main Street near the river. In other business yesterday, the Jasper Board of Public Works approved that all but one lane on 3rd Avenue be closed from 9 p.m. to midnight on select days to allow infrastructure systems of Orleans to install sprinkler and fire hydrant lines across the road. The installations are part of the work that's underway to replace the water main under 3rd Avenue between Stadtstrasse and Meridian Road. The first 3 installations will take place near Geisler Road on December 4th, 10th, and 11th. Ivan Smith of Orleans-based Infrastructure Systems said that he anticipates requiring 8 nights to complete the installations that need to be done at the 8 crossings of the road. Gas and Water Manager Ernie Hinkle says property owners in the area will be notified prior to the work being done, and Street Commissioner Ramey Eckerly reminded the public that next week will be the last week the street department will pick up leaves curbside. Also, the department is picking up limbs that were blown down during the November 17th storms. Eckerly says limbs must be placed by the curb to be picked up, but they don't need to be cut to a certain size. Those who have limbs to be picked up must call the Jasper Street Department at 482-1130. A man taken into custody last month in Warwick County on warrants that included charges stemming from an alleged rape and sexual battery in Jasper was booked into the DuBois County Security Center on Monday. 28-year-old Randall Kratzer was arrested October 12th by the Indiana State Police and the U.S. Marshals Service Task Force after law enforcement received a tip on his possible whereabouts. Kratzer is accused of forcing his way into an apartment of a woman he knew on the city's north side back on August 30th, where he battered and raped her. The Jasper Police Department said the victim eventually escaped, went to a neighboring apartment, and called police. Kratzer had left the scene by the time officers arrived. Warrants for his arrest were issued in DuBois Circuit Court. Jasper Police said they received more than 50 tips from the public on the whereabouts of Kratzer. Authorities say Kratzer had been held at the Vanderburgh County Jail until his transfer Monday to DuBois County. Well, we've all heard about the big box stores now being open on Thanksgiving, and we know about Black Friday. But what do you know about Small Business Saturday? WJTS News Director Bradford Rass talked with Jasper Chamber Director Nancy Eckerly about this special day and what it means to shop local first.
Coming up this Saturday is Small Business Saturday. I'm Bradford Rass, and we are joined by Jasper Chamber Director Nancy Eckerly to talk about that. So, Nancy, let's kind of start with the broad scope here. Small business in America and what it means.
Wow, well, small business is, I think, what you might say the heartbeat of America. That there are so many small businesses, and I don't know, there's various definitions of what a small business is. It's based on employee count. So some people will say it's 500 and less, some people say 100 and less. But I think around this area, we really think of small business as being 50 employees or less, and probably on the less part of that more than the 50 part. But really, the small businesses is your pulse of your community, your heartbeat of your community, and what those businesses in turn give back to your community. They are the ones that typically are approached for donations for the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, the band, the football team, all those kind of things. And they also provide many times those unique items that you can't find in a lot of other places. So small business means a lot, and it's definitely a big part. Small business is a big part of the economy, not only in our area but throughout the whole United States.
So what's going to be going on locally on this Small Business Saturday?
Well, Saturday nationally is called Small Business Saturday, and I guess it was kind of developed to be the day after Black Friday. So Black Friday is kind of the big mall, the big box kind of shopping specials, those kind of things. But when you're done with that and you've not found the items that you're looking for in the big boxes because they only had limited amounts of those items, then on Saturday, think small and think going to your local stores, your local independently owned stores, which is really kind of a differentiation. We kind of like to use independently owned business here in our area to define that. Many times, especially this weekend, I think they'll have some specials for Small Business Saturday because that whole concept, that nationwide appeal, is really catching on locally. And so many of the businesses are having specials, kind of open your door, come on in, it's Small Business Saturday. Let's get some good customer service going here like they're used to giving, and just generate some enthusiasm, and in this time of the year, some Christmas spirit.
Right. And of course, we talk about local business. The slogan, local first, obviously you see the stickers around town and all that.
Yeah.
Kind of, what's that mean? Expound on local first.
Well, local first is a concept that was, again, it's nothing new. They do local first in a lot of communities throughout the whole, probably throughout the whole world, I'm not really sure. But actually, your boss, Paul, had designed the local first, the little yellow and green stickers with that concept of local first. And that is, again, intended to focus on the local independent business, the person that is there many, many hours of the day. When people walk into a locally owned store, really, they want to see the owner there. And the owners in our businesses are there probably almost all the hours that the stores are open. They give great customer service. They know their customers by name. It's kind of like Cheers, you know? You walk in and people know your name. Yeah. Many times they do gift wrapping, things that you just don't find in the bigger box stores. They sometimes know your taste already. They know what you're looking for, and they definitely are there to wait on you to help you find the item that you're looking for. So you don't really waste a lot of time just looking around, that you can use your time most wisely.
Yeah. So is there anything else you'd like to add about this upcoming special Small Business Saturday?
Well, just that it's important to get out, do shopping. You know, if you have $20 to spend that day, spend it at a local business. If you have more than that to spend, fantastic, that's great too. But this is an opportunity to shop in those stores, to get that great customer service, to get to know that store owner who is already giving back to the community in many, many ways that maybe you don't know one-on-one, but get to know them personally, let them get to know you, and then that is a way to be a long-term customer and a long-time customer of many of these stores.
Absolutely. Local support, always important. Thank you again, Nancy.
Thank you, Bradford.
This has been our interview with Nancy Eckerle about this weekend's Small Business Saturday. News will be back right after this.